Hola. So, my laptop broke. I have a really shitty laptop now. This webcam is awful. Like tracks like 3 frames a second. Yeah, sweet, right? All right, so sorority center or what's it called? Campus charmer. Yeah, good name, right? HBR picked it, not me. But been dead the past week because most of the guys who write here are in college and have finals. And unfortunately, passing their finals is more important to them than writing articles about fucking chicks on the internet. I think they're facts. But to fill the void, I'm going to do another one of these great video blogs. And they've gotten a little bit better at it. I can go without saying a whole lot. I don't have to cut frames and stuff. But anyways, today I'm going to talk about the key to my game. The great key to my success. Actually, I actually, this probably gets me blown out more times than it actually gets me laid. But I think it works for me, so I'm going to talk about it. Alright, creating shit tests for you to self the past. You know, what does this mean? It means like purposely egging a girl into a shit test that you know is coming, and then passing it from like, not just like the normal way of like being like unreactive, but passing it like up here. We're like, oh god, this guy must be God. So if you guys have read my field reports and junk like that, you can tell I'm not proper, I guess would be the word, most of the time. And a lot of people interpret this as me going to a bar and being a complete douchebag to everyone in sight and screaming and yelling and you know, shit like that. But usually I'm pretty chill. I'm kind of like I'm talking to you right now. I just say horrible things and throw my boner at people. So, without that further ado, let's see. So why do I create shit tests? I already told you, so I can pass them gloriously. Now, there's a lot of ways you can create these shit tests. Like, egg a shit test coming. It's almost like a knee-jerk reaction from the chick to shit test you, or actually just knee-jerk reaction socially to get a shit test. You can get shit tests from guys, too. So, let's see. Like, a good example. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, walking to a girl in a bear hat, or, like, coming up and just exposing yourself to a girl. No, you can just be simple. So you can just walk and be like, you're sexy as fuck. Or something just off the wall like that most guys would not say to a chick. And instantly the girl is going to snap into, her ears are going to perk up if you say it loud enough. If you walk up and you're like, hey, you're sexy as fuck. Or you come up all bad vocal tonality, like, you are sexy as fuck, my lady. Let's go get drinks for you. You're beautiful. Oh, your hair. No, that's not going to work. Actually, I think the key to my game is that I have no vocal tonality whatsoever, and so I constantly talk in neutral tonality. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm good. I figured it out. But anyways, so you walk up and be like, you're sexy as fuck, or like you walk up and be like, wow, you're fucking stupid, or you walk up and be like, I love you. The girl's instantly gonna like judge your reaction. That's why like a lot of guys use routine openers and stuff like that because they're comfortable. And so the reason why the routine openers work for the guys is because they're comfortable, and when the girl shit tests back, they ping back okay. So if you can walk up to a chick and be like, you're sexy as fuck, and just keep a stupid little smirk and a smile, she's gonna like ping back off shit test. She'll be like, oh, cool guy. And that's why you get a lot of like, well, why I get a lot of like freak attraction right off openers and shit like that. So alright, so you've created a shit test, which I do a lot. Like usually I'll just be like talking to a chick, like the bear hat, for example. Like a girl will try and tool you on the bear hat all the time. She'll go and be like, wow, you look fucking stupid. I'm like, your mother has bad taste in shoes. And she'll be like, what? I'm like, you're stupid, come here. Then instantly shit test pass, she's in your reality. The more and more shit tests you pass, the more and more she's in your reality. She just basically accepts this is what it's like dealing with you. Alright, so you do this to hot girls. Usually the hotter girls, the more odd shit tests they're going to give until they finally just accept that you're going to dominate them. And so you'll start off with a shit test, blah, blah, and she'll keep probably shit testing you. Like if you open up with sexy as fuck, come off real confident, she's going to do like some weird stuff. Like last night, I had this girl who would just walk off and like talk to other guys and stare at me. I'm like, oh, you're a horrible person. Why would you do this? And I come up and I grab her and she'd be like, no, I'm not going with you. I don't like you. I'm like, oh, well, you're a bitch. You smell like poop. Okay, let's go. And she'd be like, oh, okay. Like, makes no sense if you don't think that way. But more shit tests like that. So, you're creating all your shit tests, blah, blah, blah. And, so interaction's going. Normal shit tests you can, like, create during the interaction. One thing I really like to do is try and drink girls' drinks. And it usually never gets me blown out. Actually, it's never got me blown out. Except when I first tried it. When I was like really new. I was like, yeah, I saw Tyler Durden do it on the Blueprint. So I'm going to do it too. I went up to a girl. I was just like, ha! And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck away from me. I'm like, oh. Alright. So you like drinking her drink or just saying like offensive off the wall stuff. You don't have to say offensive stuff. Just say stuff like most people wouldn't say. Because then she's gonna ping you. The second you're like, man, that shirt accents your tits amazingly. She'll be like, ping, 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 ping. Oh, okay. Well, attraction goes up, and she gets more submissive in your reality, where it's even more okay for you to say stuff like that. If you walk up like the whole entire interaction, you're avoiding the offensiveness. I'm not saying walk up and be like, tits, fuck, dick, yeah, raw, let me see your clit, yeah, ah. I'm not saying do that. But the more like offensive, like weird shit you throw in there, more off the wall stuff that most people talk about normally when they talk, but they don't do that with strangers. The more shit tests you're going to create, and the more shit tests you pass, the more okay it is to say that. So by like within 30 minutes, you could just be like, I'm going to put a used condom on your head, and she'd be like, you are crazy. So that's one of the more advantage of just creating shit test after shit test after shit test. That's why when like a girl's talking to me, I'll just say weird stuff like the Arby's routine or the trucker fucker shit, if you've read that. And, like, it's just instantly create shit tests. And I know when I say that, she's going to shoot a shit test at me. And I'm going to be like, it bounces off me like a fucking bullet. It goes back in her face. So, that's kind of why I do all the silly, crazy shit. More stuff. Like, another example of shit test is just, like, escalating and not being a pussy when you do it. That will create a shit test back from it. Like last night, I met this girl and I went up to her and I said something about her being a retard or bad at dancing or something. And she looked back at me and she was like with a little quirky girl smile, I was like, I'm going to fuck you if you pass this shit test. I'm like, okay, here it comes. And she's like, are you trying to pick me up? I'm like, I'm like, oh, really? Well, here's my pass the shit test because I knew she was going to say something like this. And she said pick up. And I instantly knew, like, oh, I was ready for the shit test. And so the second she said that, I was like, I picked her up and we went off to Happy Yogurt. And it was magical. What a great girl. So, even more examples like that. Or just grabbing a girl's hand and not being like, because the second you grab her hand, she's like, shit. Oh, okay, he's cool. All right. And she's going to look back up to you. And, like, usually she'll come back with another shit test like that. She'll be like, I don't meet guys at bars, and you'd be like, oh, your mom or something like that, and you've already passed on those shit tests. Just be aware of them. Usually as interaction goes, less and less shit tests get thrown at you, and you don't need to be creating shit test after shit test. After you're walking home, you don't need to be like sticking your finger up her ear, unless it's like all in good fun. If you're just like flirting and bantering, of course. But you don't be like, it's time for a shit test. I have not created one within the last 30 seconds. No, that's not what you want to do. Just chill and relax. After she's gotten okay with anything you can say and she's relaxed, she's not going to be wanting you to create shit tests. Just do your thing. What are some of my favorite shit tests to create? I really like walking up to girls and poking them in the nose and saying something like, tag, you're it. And she's like, you can't poke me in the nose. You're like, oh. Okay. So anyways, you just keep talking. Like, oh, shit test passed. Now, sometimes, yes, you have to really tell when a girl's giving you a shit test and when a girl's just hating you. Like, a few nights ago, or actually it was Halloween, there was this Cowboys cheerleader. And I went up to her, and I was like, what the fuck are you? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I'm a cheerleader. And she's like, oh, I'm like, oh, I'm a mind reader. I can write minds. She's like, oh, I'm a psych major. And I go, and I messed this up by not smiling at her and looking at her when I said it. So it just came off really rude and offensive. I was like, oh, you're fucking creepy. And she's like, what the fuck? You are fucking ugly. And I'm like, oh, what do you like about ugly guys that makes you so attracted to me? And she's like, no, you're just fucking ugly. Get away from me. I'm like, oh, this is a shit test. Now I'm like thinking that in my mind, but actually she's just like, I hate your fucking soul. So be aware of stuff like that. And not everything's a shit test. Sometimes girls are just hating. But if things are going well in the interaction, she says kooky shit like that, or you throw something kooky out and she acts like offended, just roll with it. Makes you hot, like Brad Pitt. So nice hot. Alright, so I'm at 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop rambling about shit test. A few things. More forum articles will be up next week. We have a new forum that I'm actually going to try and get people active on. And HPRJ is actually creating a new gay porn site where he focuses on picking up men. It's going to be cockcharmer.com. It's going to be our brother site, and I'm really looking forward to it. If you think his game with girls is good, you should see him get the 30-second blowjob. Alright, it's amazing. Actually, he's the one giving the blowjob, so it's not that talented, but I think it's going to be really good. So, we're all looking forward to that, and thanks for stopping by, San Diego. That is so stupid. Jobin. Oh, missed the stop button.